Pharmaceutical drugs can be classified in a number of ways, including by their chemical structure, therapeutic use, or mechanism of action. Here are some common classifications. Chemical structure. This classification system groups drugs together based on their chemical structure. For example, drugs that contain similar chemical groups, such as beta-lactams, penicillins, cephalosporins, can be grouped together. Therapeutic use. This classification system groups drugs together based on the disease or condition they are used to treat. For example, drugs used to treat diabetes, insulin, metformin, can be grouped together. Mechanism of action. This classification system groups drugs together based on their mode of action in the body. For example, drugs that inhibit the activity of enzymes, statins, ACE inhibitors, can be grouped together. Route of administration. This classification system groups drugs together based on the route of administration. For example, drugs that are administered orally, tablets, capsules, can be grouped together. Legal status. This classification system groups drugs together based on their legal status. For example, drugs that require a prescription from a licensed healthcare provider, prescription drugs, can be grouped together. Chemical class. This classification system groups drugs together based on their chemical class. For example, opioids, benzodiazepines, and antidepressants are all different classes of drugs with distinct chemical structures and pharmacological actions. Pharmacological action. This classification system groups drugs together based on their pharmacological action. For example, drugs that lower blood pressure, antihypertensives, can be grouped together. It is important to note that many drugs may fall into multiple classifications, and the classification of a drug may change over time as new information becomes available.